Okay, so before we get into this, I want you to really think about something. Why is it that some people earn good money, but still end up broke at the end of every single month? I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? Well, here's the truth. It's not about how much you earn. It's about these 7 habits that are silently destroying your financial life. And honestly, when I first learned about these habits, it completely changed the way I think about money. So stay with me here because this video might just change your life. Let's get into it. All right, so habit number 1. And look, this one is really important, so pay attention. It's called living paycheck to paycheck. Now, I know what you're thinking. You've heard this before, right? But here's what nobody actually tells you about this habit. When you spend almost 100% of your income every single month, you are one emergency away from financial disaster. Think about that for a second. One medical bill, one car breakdown, one unexpected expense, and suddenly you're drowning in debt. You're not building wealth. You're not saving for the future. You're just surviving. And honestly, surviving is not enough. Here's a number that shocked me. Most Americans spend 95% of their income every month. That leaves only 5%. And that 5%, it goes to emergencies. And then they're back to zero. It's a never-ending cycle. But here's the good news. The solution is actually simple. You just need to spend 10% less than you earn. That's it. Just 10%. That 10% is your escape route. That 10% is the beginning of your wealth journey. Okay, now habit number 2. And this one actually scares me a little. It's not having an emergency fund. Now, listen to this statistic because it's honestly shocking. 60% of Americans don't have even $1,000 saved for emergencies. Not $1,000. Think about that, because here's what happens when life hits you and you have zero savings. You pull out your credit card, and credit card debt, my friend, is one of the fastest ways to stay poor forever. We're talking 18 to 24% interest rates. So that $1,000 emergency becomes $1,200 in just 1 year, and you're stuck. You're trapped in the debt cycle. So what's the solution? Well, I'm not going to tell you to save $10,000 overnight. That's not realistic. Instead, start with just $500. Yes, just $500. That's your first goal. Once you hit $500, go to $1,000, then $3,000. Then work your way up to 3 to 6 months of your expenses. This emergency fund will protect you when life gets tough. And trust me, life always gets tough at some point. Now, habit number 3. And honestly, this one is going to hit close to home for a lot of people. It's spending money on things you don't actually need. Look, I get it. We all do it. A $5 coffee in the morning, a $20 lunch instead of cooking at home, a new phone upgrade even though your old one works perfectly fine. But here's what we never actually sit down and calculate. If you spend just $10 per day on things you don't need, that's $300 per month. That's $3,600 per year. And over 10 years, that's $36,000. $36,000 that could have changed your life. Instead, it went to temporary pleasures. Now, here's something that really stuck with me when I heard it. Poor people spend money they don't have to impress people they don't like. Rich people save money to buy assets that make them richer. Read that again. Let it sink in. The key here is learning the difference between needs and wants. You need food. You want the expensive restaurant. You need clothes. You want the designer brands. Start making that distinction every single day and watch how much money you start saving. All right, habit number 4. And in today's world of social media, this one is more dangerous than ever. It's comparing yourself to other people. Okay, so be honest with me here. Have you ever scrolled through Instagram or TikTok and suddenly felt like you're behind in life? Your coworker just bought a new car. Your neighbor just got back from a vacation in Bali. Your friend just bought a beautiful house. And all of a sudden you feel like you're failing. So what do? You go into debt to match them. You finance a car you can't afford. You book a vacation on a credit card. You upgrade your lifestyle just to keep up with someone else's image. But here's the dangerous truth that nobody talks about. That image is fake. Your coworker's car, 60-month loan. Your neighbor's vacation, credit card debt. Your friend's beautiful house. high mortgage payments they can barely afford. They're not rich. They're just looking rich while drowning in debt. And if you follow them, you'll drown too. So here's what I want you to remember. Stop comparing your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 20. Real wealth is quiet. Real wealth is private. Fake wealth is loud and visible. Focus on your own journey. Okay, now habit number 5. And this is honestly the one that separates wealthy people from everyone else. It's not investing in your own education. Here's what I've noticed. Poor people spend their money on consumption. Rich people spend their money on education. Poor people buy things. Rich people buy knowledge. And the difference this makes over time is absolutely massive. When you spend $20 on a finance book, you might gain knowledge worth thousands. When you invest $500 in an online course, you might earn $5,000 extra next year because of what you learned. When you spend money improving your skills, your income potential grows dramatically. But when you invest nothing in yourself, you stay exactly where you are. And here's what really gets me. Most Americans spend less than 1% of their income on education and self-improvement. Meanwhile, wealthy people spend 10, 15, even 20%. This is why the gap between rich and poor keeps growing. So starting today, invest in yourself. Read books, take courses, learn new skills, because you are your greatest asset, not your house, not your car, not your clothes, you. Now, habit number 6. And this one right here is why most people stay financially stuck forever. It's relying on only one income stream. Think about it. If your only source of income is your job, and that job disappears tomorrow, what happens? You're done. You have no backup, no safety net, nothing. And because of this fear, people stay in bad jobs for years. They're afraid to speak up, afraid to ask for a raise, afraid to leave. They're completely trapped. But wealthy people, they have multiple streams of income flowing in. Their salary from work, a side business, rental income, investments, passive income online. So if one stream slows down, they're completely fine because they have others. And this gives them freedom, real freedom, the kind where you're not terrified of losing your job. So here's what I want you to do. Start building a second income stream today. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's $100 a month from a small side hustle. Maybe it's freelancing on weekends. Maybe it's selling something online. It doesn't matter how small it starts. What matters is that you start, because within 2 to 3 years, that second income could equal or even surpass your main job income. And that's when your life truly changes. And finally, habit number 7, the last habit that keeps people financially stuck. And it's simply not planning for the future. Look, most people have no idea where their money goes each month. They have no budget, no savings goal, no investment plan. They just exist financially. They wake up, earn money, spend it, and repeat. And because they have no clear plan, they make zero progress. Meanwhile, people who build real wealth have crystal clear financial roadmaps. By age 30, I will have $50,000 saved. By age 40, I will have $250,000 invested. By age 50, I will be completely financially independent. They know exactly where they're going. And because they know where they're going, they actually get there. So here's what I want you to do right now. Write down 3 financial goals. Just 3. What do you want? How much will it cost? When do you want it? Write it down. Track your spending. Because here's a truth that changed my life. What gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed gets improved. All right, so let's bring it all together. You're not financially struggling because you don't earn enough. You're struggling because of these 7 habits that are silently working against you every single day. But here's what I love about habits. They can be changed, starting right now, today. Pick just one habit from this video and make a commitment to break it this week. Just one. Because one small change today can completely transform your financial life over the next few years. If this video gave you value, please hit that like button. It really does help this channel grow. And subscribe so you don't miss our next video, where we're going to talk about exactly how to build your first emergency fund from zero. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of these 7 habits are you going to break first? I read every single comment. I'll see you in the next one.